recently we've heard a lot of what former President Donald Trump thinks about the indictment from the grand jury in Manhattan, headed by District Attorney Alvin Bragg. So now, again, this stems from the investigation by Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, which again was a grand jury voted to indict him. So now we know his reaction. It's unhinged. We know the punditry class, Fox News. But what about the Trump family? Well, we've seen a little bit of that. We had Don Jr. calling this basically akin to Mao. No, not akin. Sorry. It made Mao, Pol Pot, and Stalin blush. Really? Sure you want to go in that direction? Eric Trump basically saying similar things. But what about Ivanka? Well, it appears that she's taking a different tone. Check this out. On her Instagram, she responded by saying, quote, "I love my father and I love my country. Today, I'm paying for both. I appreciate the voices across the political spectrum expressing support and concern." What? What? I don't. That says basically nothing. There's a lot of words, but no substance. Kind of like Ivanka, I guess. All right, so now one Daily Beast conservative columnist decided to weigh in on this, and this Matt Lewis basically wrote that Ivanka is trying to have it both ways and failing, or in his words, flailing. Ooh. Quote, "It's hard to argue with anything Ivanka says here, but it is not a statement of moral clarity, nor is it conversely a statement of strong support for her father. Now, it's understandable that a daughter might not want to utterly condemn her father. Furthermore, children are not responsible for their parents' sins." Okay, there's nothing objectionable there. But he does write, except, of course, if you consider the fact that Ivanka served as the primary weapon in the Trump's not such a belligerent pig as his 4 decades as a public figure would make you think propaganda push. Oh, goddamn. Matt Lewis coming in with the right hook. Okay, so look, yeah, he's right. Basically her job, if you want to call it that, because throughout the entire Trump administration, I kept asking, okay, but what do you actually do here? What is it that you and Jared Kushner actually do? I mean, oh, you understand? Kushner brought peace to the Middle East. No, he didn't. The Middle East is basically the same. He did absolutely nothing. But her job, apparently, was to make Trump not look as bad. She was going to be the calm voice that was going to calm Trump down and make him a little bit more of a rational actor and, kind of bring out the best in him. Did that work? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Oh, what, Trump being moderated by his daughter?
Can't let that happen.
No, of course not. Okay. Now, some of the stuff, by the way, that Ivanka was used for, and by used, I mean, the whole purpose of her being there was to deflect against these things, but not used as in a sense of, oh, I was used. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that this was done. I had no idea. No, I'm going to show you how much Ivanka and Jared Kushner actually received from doing this role, from playing this role. But her role was, hey, look, Donald Trump, he's not a bad guy. Hey, look, you say that he's anti-Semitic because, like the stuff that he said about Jewish people and, business and giving nods to, anti-Semites and the people in Charlottesville. And no. Can't be Jewish because Ivanka, she converted to Judaism. And her son-in-law, Jared Kushner, Jewish. So obviously, can't be misogynistic. Well, he loves his daughter. Okay, but he said that, if she wasn't his daughter, he'd want to date her. Again, look, there's plenty more examples of the shield that she was trying to be. And that's essentially it, right? She was playing a part to try to be a shield to deflect from some of the more potent criticisms against Trump and failed her father and failed spectacularly. But what she got in return was a lot. In fact, in 2017, Ivanka's businesses had won preliminary approval for 3 Chinese trademarks in the same day as she had dined with Chinese President Xi Jinping at Mar-a-Lago. In May of 2018, Ivanka's business was awarded registration approval from the Chinese government for 5 trademark applications, with an additional one getting first trial approval. China. The same week, President Trump announced that he would try to save jobs at ZTE, the Chinese telecommunications giant closely tied to the government. A month later, Ivanka's business got registration approval for 3 more Chinese trademarks. On the same day, her father announced he'd lift sanctions against ZTE. Wonder if that has anything to do with it. In October of 2018, Ivanka's brand won 16 new trademarks from the Chinese government, including for voting machines. The voting machines. These approvals came about 3 months after Ivanka announced that her brand was shutting down, and marked the largest number of new Chinese trademarks she received in a single month during the Trump presidency. 6 months after the company officially shut down, it received a new trademark to sell the Ivanka brand in Canada. Yes. Interesting. In all, the Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington investigation found at least 28 foreign trademarks approved for Ivanka Trump, all while in the White House. And as a result, Kushner and Ivanka reported between, and again, we don't have the exact figures, but it's anywhere between $172 million and $640 million in outside income while working in the White House, according to an analysis of financial disclosures. Oops. That is some cashing in. So she made her bank, and now that her daddy's in trouble, she then puts out this very vague, milquetoasty statement. Why is that? Well, I guess the one reason is she's a Trump, and so money above all things. So look, Eric and Don Jr. Don Jr.'s got his, brand in owning the libs. So, he's got this giant deal to do some show called Triggered, of course, because it had to be triggered, on Rumble. Okay. So, of course, he's going to come out and he's going to do the standard punditry thing. And Eric Trump is, honestly, I have no idea what Eric Trump's doing. Not the smart one, right? But Ivanka, since she left the White House, she's wanted nothing to do with any of that. She doesn't want a future in politics. She wants to go back to, basically her life before Trump got into politics in the first place. Now, as Lewis points out in his piece, quote, as far as the former first daughter goes, she and her husband might be done with politics. But once you've been a party to an administration like Trump's, it's going to be a long time before politics is done with them. So Ivanka, you want to have a seat at the cool apolitical kids table? You want to be once again accepted by the socially liberal billionaires' children you used to go to the Hamptons with and now have Miami Beach playdates with? You want to enjoy the privileges of being a Trump with none of the shame? Good luck with that. God damn. Let me tell you. I don't agree with them politically. But conservatives know how to go hard. But look, that's the reality here. And he points out something that's very interesting and that I agree with. Ivanka Trump wants back in the club. Of course she does. Now, the club, of course, is done with her. Just like, now I'm kind of blanking out on his name. Alan Dershowitz. Ain't nobody inviting Alan Dershowitz to those fancy Martha's Vineyard parties. And he's desperately so freaking salty about it. He's so mad. Oh, why aren't you inviting me to the parties anymore? It's the same thing with Ivanka, except she's not salty. She's trying to be super have it both ways, not get, you understand, I'm above the fray. I'm not getting involved in the politics. Please take me back to the social clubs. I just want back in the club. I just want back in the club, please. Look, I'm not a fan of the club, obviously. They don't like people like me. Good. I don't like people like them. But that doesn't mean it isn't fun to watch someone who desperately wants back in the club, who was basically a Nepo baby like Ivanka, get rejected by them over and over and over again. I love it. It's fun.